Hello, this is Tony Heller from RealClimateScience.com, setting the record straight about climate. This video discusses the accuracy of news reporting about the Arctic. Nearly every day we see stories like this reported in the press. Arctic meltdown. Sea and land ice are cracking up at a record pace. This story was by Joe Rahm, who is a senior official in the Clinton administration. So what does actual Arctic data tell us about the accuracy of these claims? Well, this graph is from the National Snow and Ice Data Center in Boulder, Colorado, which is the official government Arctic laboratory. So what does this data show us? If we look closely at the graph, we can see that 2017 Arctic sea ice extent, shown in blue, is considerably higher than last year, 2016, shown in orange, and also higher than 2006, shown in red. So why is it interesting that there's more sea ice now than there was on this date in 2006? Well, if we follow the trajectory for 2006 down to the minimum, we can see that it was very close to normal and was actually the highest summer minimum of the last 12 years. And there's more ice now than there was during that year. The other important thing to notice about this graph is that Arctic sea ice extent, shown in blue, is currently normal. This gray band represents two standard deviations, which means the normal range. Another claim we see constantly in the press is that multi-year sea ice is disappearing. This is ice that has survived more than one summer. We see these stories just about every day. So are these claims about multi-year sea ice disappearing accurate? Well, this data is from Norway's Ocean and Sea Ice Satellite Application Facility. What it shows is that the area of multi-year sea ice has expanded tremendously since 2008. In fact, it's up 370% since 2009 to a very high level. And this animation flashes back and forth between 2009 and 2017. White represents multi-year ice. You can see that in 2009 there was very little ice, but in 2017 there's a lot of ice. In fact, in 2009, Canadian expert David Barber said that the multi-year ice is already gone. So how can it be disappearing now if it was gone in 2009? Another story we constantly hear in the press is that Greenland is melting away, sea levels are going to rise, and we're all going to drown, like this article from the New York Times. So what does the actual data show us? Well, this graph is from the Danish Meteorological Institute, who are the leading experts on Greenland. It shows the Greenland surface mass balance since the beginning of September last year. The blue line shows the increase in mass as snow has fallen on Greenland. You can see it's at a record high. Greenland has gained 700 billion tons of ice since September 1st of last year. It's also extremely cold in Greenland. This webcam image was taken at a scientific research station in the center of the Greenland ice sheet today, May 12, 2017. It's minus 18 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 28 degrees centigrade there right now. That's pretty cold for the middle of May. And you can see how the scientists are struggling to stay above the snow, which just keeps falling and falling at record levels this year. So the press bombards us with images like these ones. This one shows water melting on the surface of the Greenland ice sheet during summer, and this image shows glaciers calving into the ocean at their terminus. Are these indications of global warming or anything wrong? In order to answer that question, let's remember what glaciers are. They're rivers of ice. We've had 700 billion tons of new snow fall in the interior of Greenland this year. In order to maintain mass balance, all of that has to return to the sea. and the way it returns to the sea as surface melting and glacier calving. If this didn't occur, the glaciers would keep piling up deeper and deeper till they got to the top of the troposphere. Obviously, that can't happen. Greenland is gaining record amounts of ice this winter, but it hasn't always been that way. In 1939, the leading expert on the Arctic, Hans Alman, reported that it may be without exaggeration said that the glaciers of Greenland, like those in Norway, face the possibility of a catastrophic collapse. So I've covered the three key topics about Arctic ice in this video: extent of sea ice, multi-year ice, and Greenland ice mass. All three of them show us that the stories we hear in the press are nothing but fake news. Visit Toto on the web at realclimatescience.com. He's been pulling back the curtain on junk science for a long time.